Hey here, welcome to another edition of, as Kiwi calls it, C10's Garage, or Daniel. So what we're going to talk about here for a minute is brake upgrades on the Hayabusa. Gen 2 specifically, since that's what the question is brought up about. So a new member has recently asked about upgrading the calipers, just doing a quick swap. And of course everybody on the forum has actually tried very hard to steer him towards lines, master cylinder, and other upgrades before actually replacing the Brembo calipers that come on the 08 to basically 12 Gen 2 Hayabusa. So a couple of things we're going to talk about. He's looking for plug and play. So in a lot of ways, the Brembo Radial Master is really in a lot of ways plug and play because all you have is a brake light switch. It comes with the banjo bolt, and it will go right onto your stock line. However, there are some clearance issues. And a lot of people wonder why is it that the Hayabusa comes with a regular master cylinder. Well, Suzuki did not really go through a lot of trouble to redesign the fairings. If you look closely at a Gen 1 and a Gen 2 Hayabusa, there's a lot of similarities right here in this area. Don't pay attention to the gauges, but if you simply look right in here, that's where a lot of the similarities are, because both bikes are very aerodynamic. Just a few minor tweaks on the Gen 2. So, of course, there are some clearance issues. And what I want to point out here is, first of all, I have a handlebar kit. This is a kit made from ABM with an LSL Superbike bend handlebar. And as you can see, this is a zero gravity windscreen that has to be trimmed to clear everything. It's not a real big deal. It's actually pretty easy for me. Now, something I want to point out, I'm going to be quiet here for a second. You hear that? That's the pads activating and slamming into the Galfer rotors. I've done just about every upgrade you can possibly do to a Gen 2 Hayabusa for brakes. I think one of the only people I know that has even better setup than me is probably Willie Fallen Arc, who has the really primo Brembo calipers and primo master cylinder. Matter of fact, this came off of Willie's bike right here. So, couple of things. So the rotors are going to help you a lot. They also drop some rotational mass, 11 ounces per side for the Galfer rotors. I have their top of the line pads. I have the Brembo calipers stock because this is a 14 model with ABS. However, the ABS has been deleted and greatly improved the feel of the brakes. The cake topper was the Radial master cylinder. This made the largest difference over everything. This bike with the Brembo calipers up front with the stock master performed poorly, really poor. I later had a little tip over that actually bent the stock left rotor, so I upgraded to Galfer rotors and their top of the line premium pad. I do not know the model number, but I have it written down somewhere. And marginal difference is what it felt. And then I went to a B-King Radial master cylinder from Nissan. That made it a little bit better, and then with the ASV lever on top of that, a little bit better. But none of them made the difference that this Brembo Radial Master did. I mean, this is a one-finger stoppie. No joke. One-finger stoppie is all I got to do. There goes my neighbor on his FJR that I've repaired so many times I don't even like to think about it. Maintenance is not his strong point. But, so just to point out again, if you're going to do something, do lines and master first. Then as money permits, rotors, pads. Look for a set of the Brembo calipers off the Gen 2 for the 13 and up. That will make a big difference. One thing that I want to note that I said is the piston size are the same for all four pistons. Where on the Gen 2 Brembo calipers, it's hard to tell, but the top piston is larger and the lower piston is smaller than the top piston. So just something for you to note, save you some money. And I believe you can pick one of these up on sale right around $300. You will have to play around with trimming probably your windscreen in rotation, but it can be done. Many members have done it. They've put a remote reservoir and they've mounted it in this area right here. I believe Miguel has done that down in Orlando, Florida, and turned out very nice on his bike. He'll probably share some pictures after seeing this video.